Good morning. We are back in the garage and I'm going to keep working on getting to our spring clothes, but while I'm out here I'm also just going to kind of move in a direction that makes sense to me. So if you guys saw the last video, I got the pantry shelves where you are currently sitting all cleaned up, cleaned off. I got all of my bulk buckets recondensed into smaller containers so I can see what I have. So the pantry room is getting there. I do need to do the freezers because we have part of a beef coming. It's mostly just going to be ground beef, but we have that coming sometime soon. And I did a bulk order, so I have 30 pounds of strawberries and 30 pounds of blueberries coming this weekend as well. So I need to make space for that, but first I'm going to work on this section over here. You guys can't see it, but it goes the whole way to the floor. Hold on. I'll show you that in a second, but I brought out my supplies. So I've got my broom and my dustpan. I have a pen, and there are some note cards here somewhere so I can make a list of anything that I need. I've got painter's tape for labeling and a Sharpie. So we're set up for that. So here is what this section is looking like. Here is a better angle. So this used to be organized and it's not anymore. So all that needs to be taken care of. Everything is just kind of shoved in here. We used to have a lot more of a stockpile of stuff and we just don't now, but all of that needs to be cleaned up. There's also like a couple of things up here that can maybe get put back over here. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and start with this section. It really should not take long at all, and then I can move into the storage room, but I just hate to leave this undone when the pantry shelves look so nice. And also, like I said, making a list of anything that I need and seeing what I have, because it's been probably a year since I've done this, and I know that there's probably things that I've rebought, just like I did with the food storage, because I didn't know what I had. So it's about 1 o'clock. We've been at this for, I don't know, probably 2.5 hours. I took a break for lunch, just finished that. The kids had been out here with me some, but they are finishing their lunch and they're going to do their chores. And I'm going to work some more. I'll show you what I've gotten done and how I hurt myself. So like I said, I wanted to have this little section done, and it's looking pretty good. Up here on the top we have hand warmers and a piece of clothesline in case we need it out here or whatever. This is a smoke alarm that was in a Walmart order that we got, that we didn't actually order it, but we just kept it. They told us, you know, we couldn't, they didn't know where it was supposed to go. It just ended up in our order. Sponges across the top, different kinds of sponges. This is all soap, homemade soap and bar soap. And then this is supposed to be like bags and foils and wraps and that stuff, but there's not a lot there. One thing of garbage bags, which I ended up opening because we needed some while we were out here. This is tooth stuff, so I need to get more toothpaste. This is body stuff. In the back of this is hair stuff. There's first aid things. And back in along here are two different water filter things if we ever lose power and need to filter water. And then these are all cleaners. So the only thing I have on the floor now is just some dish soap. So that is done. That didn't take very long. And then we were working in the storage room. Kitty cat. She probably smells nice. And so where the buckets had been, I moved some of the camping things that had been out in the main part of the garage. This isn't going to stay. It's just shoved there. And I just stacked up all the buckets in the corner. It is crowded, but I mean, it's a storage room until we decide what we're doing about either buying another camper or, I don't know, we'll find a shed or something. But I was bent over putting, there's a box on the bottom here. I was putting that box in there and it bumped the buckets, and as I was bent over, this crate fell on the back of my neck. So I'm hurting right now, but I think I'm probably going to be hurting more tonight or tomorrow because of where it hit. It was like from the base of my head down past my shoulders, and I have neck alignment issues anyway. So fun. So I went through all of the kids' clothes, and they have gone through, except for Micah. Micah's summer stuff is in the house, but he hasn't pulled out anything that he's saving for next year yet. But Abby, Evie, Caleb have. Aaron just had a few shorts from last year. I just pulled them in. He'll try them on. He needs t-shirts. Who else? Oh, Emma doesn't have anything, so I need to take her shopping. We're going to try on Friday to go because we'll be in the area where there are 2 inexpensive thrift stores. And if we don't find stuff there, then we'll have to try to decide where else to go. Maybe next Monday or Tuesday, we can go to another one that is cheap, because even running gas, like if I can get things for a quarter, 50 cents, $1, it's still better than paying Goodwill prices, because Goodwill prices in our area are like $7 for a dress, $4 or $5 for a top. So when you got multiple kids needing multiple things, it's worth it to make the drive. Elizabeth has some things out here, but she's working today, so she won't do that until, I don't know when, whenever she feels like it. I did my spring clothing a while ago. Dan just had a couple pairs of shorts that needed brought in. So I have made a list of what I need to look for. Let's see what else. Somewhere in here I will insert a picture of what my living room, or a video of what my living room is looking like currently, as they are working on transitioning stuff. But it is really nice that they are all old enough now to kind of know what they like, and they're all old enough to pull out things that they're not going to wear anymore and put away things that they are. And I remember a time whenever that wasn't the case. I mean, when Micah was born, Alex was 13 and he could do some stuff. Elizabeth would have been 10. So, you know, one teenager and then everybody else 10 and under. And at that point, it was all me, and it took a week or more. Now we can do it in a couple of hours. So that is a good thing. We did fill a bag. Let me show you. So we have, this bag is all Goodwill stuff so far, and then they have a white trash bag in the house that is Goodwill, and they've gotten rid of a few things that were just garbage as well. We cleared out some of the camping things from here. I still have to decide what to do with that. And then we still have to do all of this stuff in the middle, which looks really bad, but actually I'm feeling pretty good about it. I feel like we're making good progress. So I guess what I'll work on next is this section. There's a piece of fabric that I just had pulled out to cover a birthday gift. Put that away and put up the patterns, and then these drawers have yarn and stuff in them, but I think I can condense that. I do still have some fabric out in the rec room, but I'll bring that in. There had been another organizer on top of this, and we had garden things in it, and it ended up getting shoved in these crates whenever I gave the boys that drawer organizer for their room. So I need to get this cleared out and decide, maybe I'll move this one up on top of it and clear out some space, or I don't think I have the top part of this anymore, so I don't think I want to just let it open. I mean, maybe I'll put it on top of this or something, but I think that's the part that I'm going to work on next. So I moved off that box of patterns and put it back where it goes up here. And then this is what this is looking like right now. And it's kind of in bad shape and everything's just shoved in there. So I need to organize that. And any of the yarn that's really badly knotted, I'm just going to toss. There's no reason for it to be there. So I'm going through this, and I made this hat and never wove in the ends. So I need to do that and decide who to give it to. It was supposed to fit like a 18-month-old baby, but it is absolutely huge. I could probably actually wear it, or one of the kids, but I didn't carry any of the yarn, so I've just been putting it off. But I need to do that. And I need to maybe grab a box. Go ahead. Bring that back though, Emma, please. Okay. For yarn. gonna put some in here. This sweater probably just has to be tossed. I made it, but when I did it, I attached one of the sleeves wrong. You can't really see it, but one of them is right side out and one of them is wrong side out. And it's been years and I've never fixed it. So that can go. This is like macrame yarn, which I may never use, but we'll keep it for now. I don't have a lot of yarn. I'm going to finish getting through this and I'll check back in with you. So this is my entire yarn collection here, and the ones on top weren't even in that. They were out in the rec room from things that I bought from a friend before Christmas. And then there's a bunch of knitting needles and crochet hooks that I need to deal with then. But that's the yarn. And I was excited to find iron-on tearaway stabilizer, especially in this brand. I had looked at doing it for embroidery, just to be able to put a design on and then tear it away. And I mean, this is black, so I don't really know how well it's going to do, but I didn't buy this. It must have come in a bunch of stuff from someone else, but I was excited to find it, and then I can try it at least and see how well it works. So that is all emptied out, and I think I'm going to clean this off and move it over here and then just sit the other one on top of it. As long as I don't put anything heavy in this, it should be fine. Right now what is in this is all party and holiday stuff. Like some of it's over there, trays, and well, I'll show you in a little bit. So here's one drawer of things, and there are still a couple, there are these trays and some more of these in the rec room that I'll put in eventually, but I have a giant unicorn cookie tray and a gingerbread man cookie tray, and then some of these big trays for when we have parties, some of these smaller ones, and these were all from Dollar Tree or Dollar General back when they were $1, and they were so much better than the ones that you can find now. These ones, this one actually is metal. I think I got it at a thrift store. It's not silver, but it is metal. And then we have these. They came from Dollar Tree back when you got 4 of them for $1. And I think in here, yeah, here's some of the liners for that. So that is the first drawer of special occasion things. Here's another drawer filled up. It's got these clear bowls in it, and then some hot cups and lids, and these are little plastic wine goblets that I need to get more of because all the bases have broken. I like having the clear ones because I feel like no matter what kind of a party we have, you know, birthday parties or 4th of July or whatever, it all works for all of it. So that's another drawer done. Moving on to the next one. The next drawer down has some more cups, some paper straws, some bowls, and plastic silverware. And I would really like not to rebuy this stuff when it's gone, but we always end up with just a little bit left, and I don't want to toss it, so it ends up in the garage. So in this one, I have stuff in here underneath. This goes to it too, for balloon bouquets. We have a bunch of crepe paper. This is a 60th birthday banner that I made for my dad, and I'm saving it in case we want to use it whenever my mom turns 60. We'll be pulling our graduation sign out soon. Yeah, because Elizabeth will be graduating. So that's what's in that one. So then in this bottom drawer, I went ahead and put Easter stuff in it, but actually I'm just going to pull it back out because Easter is on Sunday. But we have these that we got last year. So we can dye eggs this year, and the cups for dyeing eggs, and Easter grass. And this is the extent of our Easter egg collection because my mom does an egg hunt with the kids. And then underneath it are just some things that we got over the years that are like toppers for cupcakes and toppers for cakes. That's what the Happy Easter in there is for too. And then jack-o'-lantern cutting tools in there. So that's what's in there, but like I said, they're not going to stay too long, and I may just put in some of our other cake decorating stuff in this bin. I put the yarn over on this shelf for now, although that may not stay there because of it being open and this being a garage where there could potentially be mice. So that might not stay, but for right now, it fits there and it'll work fine. So then the only thing I have to do is put the top drawer in here and put the things in it that I want there. So it's 2:20 right now, and this is where we are at. For a quick update, I showed you guys everything that was in all of these drawers. The top here has my ankle weights, and then most of it is gardening stuff. This is for tapping maple trees. We bought it, but we don't actually have any maple trees. We've had that for, I don't know, 10 or 15 years. Down here is, these are all lace and trims. My ice bucket. This is just stuff that I need to deal with at some point. Well, the bottom one has our camping crock pot till we get a camper or decide what to do with that. It's staying. The next one is some hats that we have for Old Fashioned Sunday and some fake flowers. This is stuff that needs to be eventually put over into these bins that are keepsake bins for the kids and for me. That little lamb was mine, that doll was mine. So it's just there for now. This is empty, but I'm going to put some cake decorating stuff in there, I think. And then these are just bins. This is more of Micah's clothes. He has a bin somewhere over here. I don't know. One of them is his. But he needed some more space. You can't even see into the closet right now, but that's not a project for today. Again, when we get all the camping stuff out. The bottom thing down here is camping. This entire stack is camping. Those are camping. That is camping. All of this is camping. And then there's still more out there. So we have to deal with all of that eventually. These are just reusable grocery bags that I need to put away. I need to put that with my other planters. We've got hats and gloves back there. These are two of the boots that Aaron wore on his last surgery. He has a new one for this one, but this one got pretty worn out, and if the other one would get that worn out, this one's the next best one. Hopefully after this we can just get rid of them, but for now we're holding on to them in case he needs them. There's more braces up here. This is shoes. So that is what it is looking like as of right now. So basically I got what I needed to get done today done. I got spring clothes in and gone through, made a list of what we needed. So anything else is just kind of extra, but I'm on a roll now. I don't feel like I want to just stop. So I might go ahead and go into the rec room and work a little bit more on things in there, getting things put away. There's some fabric in there that needs to come into the bins behind me. I don't know, but while I'm moving, while I'm already sweating, while I'm already dirty, I may as well work a little bit more. As I'm working, I'm trying to decide what I'm going to make for dinner because I haven't thought that far ahead. So I need to figure that out. But that's what we're up to now. It just started pouring and the kids are yelling. So if you hear something, it's them. I worked in the garage for just a little bit longer after I checked in last, and then I came in and got a shower because I felt gross, and it is 4:30 now, and Dan is on his way home, so I still need to figure out dinner. I ended up pulling out, oh my word, it is raining so hard. I pulled out 2 packages of hamburger, 2 pounds of hamburger, and 1 pound of sausage, and I'm going to brown it all together. And then 2/3 of that is going to go into his lunches for the next few days, and the other part of it is going to get used for dinner. So I'm either going to do spicy beef and noodles or something else. I don't know. I should decide. But while I was showering, I was thinking about everything that needs to happen. So Thursdays are usually our town days, so tomorrow. But this week is going to be even more chaotic than usual. So we have, Evie has a dentist appointment at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then base lessons aren't until 2:30 for Aaron. So it doesn't really make sense with the price of gas, which We have had to run so much lately, and it's not getting any better. We're going to have running tomorrow. We have co-op on Friday. Saturday we're going to Pennsylvania to see family. Sunday we have church at least only once since it's Easter. Monday we have a doctor's appointment for Aaron, a follow-up. So all we're doing lately is using gas. But anyway, it doesn't make sense for me to come home tomorrow, so I think we're just going to stay out. We have a little bit of shopping to do, and then we'll pack a lunch probably, or, I mean, we won't like stop and buy food. We might stop and buy like a package of lunch meat and eat in town, something, and then we'll come home. And then Dan and I have a meeting tomorrow around dinner time. So on top of all that, then I have to figure out food. So we're not going to be home till late tomorrow, and I need to figure that out. And then Saturday, whenever we go to see family, all I'm responsible for is to bring mashed potatoes, so that's fine. But Sunday, we need to figure out something for Easter dinner. Since we're doing like the ham and mashed potatoes and all that stuff on Saturday, I don't want to do that again on Sunday. So I need to come up with something else that we can have that's going to be easy and cheap. And I don't know exactly. I need to figure that out. And also, so since Aaron has been not able to walk, we haven't been doing our big shop every 2 weeks, since it's too hard to order all that, and it's also too hard for him to get in and out of multiple stores. So we're just doing $200 a week for our family for grocery shopping. But this week I spent, or I am going to be spending, $127 on that bulk order. So I ordered 2 pounds of Velveeta cheese, and that was $5. 5 pounds of American cheese, and that was $11.50. I ordered 20 pounds of chicken tenders, and that was $18, and 30 pounds of organic strawberries, frozen strawberries, for $40, 30 pounds of organic blueberries for $40. So that means that I have $73 to go grocery shopping with, and I need to buy some things for Dan to take to work. Plus we have Easter. I'm pulling, if I decide to do Easter candy for the kids, I'm pulling that from our gifts category, so that doesn't have to come out of groceries. But, so yeah, I need to decide on something for an Easter dinner that doesn't cost much and that can be ready when we get home from church or shortly thereafter. So, I'm going to sit here. I have my notebook and my tablet, and I'm just going to try to figure out something that I can do for these meals. So future Sarah here, just popping on to end that video officially. I never came back to it the other night, so if you stayed this long, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.